All right, we got to talk about two things. First up, one, I have to say this, and I don't know if you guys already know this, but if you don't live in the DMV, which means DC, Maryland, and Virginia, say you live on the East Coast somewhere else, say you live on the West Coast somewhere else, middle of the West, middle of the South, maybe you don't know. The DC area, DC particularly, has the worst sporting arenas in the entire country. Like, it's the worst. And we'll discuss that. But two, we also need to discuss and talk about load management. I think it's time for us, people who want to see games live, to start, we're not gonna take it. We need to talk about this. I hear things about load management. I read things about load management. But there is nothing quite like being on the wrong side of a game and experiencing load management for yourself. Sunday, it went, what the five fingers say to the face? Slap! That hit me right in the face. I was planning on maybe going to see, I don't know, the Utah Jazz. Fun little story, fun team. Lowry, Markkanen, Joel Embiid. Don't really want to drive to Philadelphia, specifically considering that the place I was trying to go to return some clothes only exists in a Bloomingdale's. So I wasn't going to drive up there for no reason, specifically not just for Utah. Was I going to drive up to see OKC versus the Knicks at the Garden? Man, that's a far drive too. And then I was looking at my Ticketmaster. Actually, it was the Game Time app. We're going to slander Game Time, specifically to you, Game Time. And I saw the Wizards play the Memphis Grizzlies at the Capital One Arena. What's this? Ja? What? I'm in. I am all the way in. Absolutely. Ja, never seen him live. So he's must-see. He's must-see on TV. He's must-see live. Got Desmond Bane. He's rocking. You got Bradley Beal. He's whatever, right? So you got Ja and Bane coming to Chocolate City. I'm going to go watch him dunk on everybody's head. And I hate Wizards games. They suck. They're the worst. Because, well, I mean, the Wizards are really not fun at all. They're not a fun team. And I knew Bradley Beal has been injured, so it's whatever. But, like, the arena gives really, like, some electronic store vibes. Do you know what I mean? Like, you walk in and you're like, holy shit, it's bright in here. Oh, what is going on? And I'm used to, like, Staples, where Staples makes it dim in there. It's like everything but the crowd, or everything but the court is dark. Right? Everything but the court is dark. Not at Capital One. They want you to see every pore in your neighbor's face. I swear to God. They want you to buy a TV in there. I tell you what, it is so bright, it gave me a migraine. It never gets dim except for the pregame warm-up thing, right? And the vibe, ugh. I swear to you, I put this on my mother's life. The loudest it got in there, promise you. The loudest it got in there was for an infant race. What'd you say, Trysta? A baby race. There were babies crawling on the floor. They had a race. And people were louder for that than the basketball game they paid to see. What is happening here? But for Ja, I will withstand all of this. I will come through for Ja because Ja delivers for me every time. So, I'm sitting at dinner, waiting, excited, doing a little one-game parlay action for this Memphis Grizzlies Wizards game, and all of a sudden, what do I see? I'm like, why isn't Jaws prop up on the BetMGM app? Why is it Desmond Bane's prop on the BetMGM app? I'm about 45 minutes from the game time, too. Like, we bought the tickets. They're expensive because Jaws coming to town. They're behind the bench of the visitors. Oh, yeah, we were stunting. And I see this little Fantasy Labs update right as I'm starting to put the pieces together. You know what I mean? Starting to really struggle to eat the rest of my taco because things are starting to come clear into focus about what's about to take place. Yeah, Ja, late scratch. He was fine. He played the rest of the game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which they did cover for me because of Ja. Desmond Bane, sprained toe, totally get that. But jaw? No fucking jaw? So what I knew I was about to see was a G League matchup. You had no Jaren Jackson, no Desmond Bane, no Zaire Williams, no Jaw, and no Beal. What am I seeing? What is this? I won't bore you with the details, but it was like watching paint dry. I don't even know. Over-under on air balls was 12.5, and I think it was the over. I saw so many David Roddy air balls. I like David Roddy, nice player. Got to see a little Kenny Lofton Jr. in there. What am I seeing? I literally swear to God, was yelling. I was probably 6 rows from the court. And I'm yelling at Steven Adams underneath the basket. Kristaps Porzingis' food! Eat him! Eat him! Eat him! Everybody's so mad at me because obviously I'm the only one rooting for the Grizzlies in there because I've got a bet on the Grizzlies and shit, I want to see them win. I hate the Wizards. They are nothing but just eyesore in the middle of Chinatown messing up my traffic. So it got me thinking, you know what we need? We need star player insurance. That's what we need. We need it. We need load management insurance for these game time apps. Because I tried to get my money back, and they were like, you're funny. No, you're not getting your money back? What the fuck are you smoking? And I was like, that's fine. I'm never going to you again. But if you're like a SeatGeek or a StubHub, and you tell me, if you just give me a list. Just give me a list. Ja, Dame, Steph, Bron, Giannis, Luka. Like, it's probably only 15, 20 names, right? It's not Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's not on the list, right? Okay, no shade to Jimmy Butler, but he's not on the list, okay? There's a very select few of people that I, as a local, or someone traveling out of town, are coming to watch. Shockingly, Paolo is already on that list. And if they are a late scratch and they played the game before, and they get scratched fucking 3 hours before game time or less, I should get my money back, no questions asked. And I tell you what, this is $1 billion idea. I don't think, if you think to yourself, if you're going to go see, let's just say, Ja, you live in Portland, go see Ja, no Dame, what are you thinking? I mean, it's just Anthony Simons. And maybe Anthony Simons is a scratch, too. Maybe it's just Shaden Sharp on limited minutes and Drew Eubanks. Imagine how pissed you would be spending $150 per ticket. You just saved your little money up, your little shekels up, and now you get to watch trash. You get to watch Summer League. Good job. So I would be as loyal as Dame Lillard is to the Blazers if I could get that from a secondary market. If I could find a ticket broker that would say, listen, we got you. We'll get Allianz or some sort of underwriter to give you insurance, and we will pay you out. We won't make you go through all these little hoops and whistles, and then just never pay you, because that happens too. But, it is, without this, I may never do this again. I'm never going to go see a game at Capital One Arena. And also, by the way, they spent $70? I had to look this up in the arena. I was like, this place sucks. The way that it's constructed, and I just got back from Detroit, Little Caesars Arena. And I won't waste your time with this. We'll move on quite shortly. But the way that arena is constructed compared to this steep ass, we need a shallow, nice little smooth, shallow bowl. Don't make people sit in the nosebleeds for no reason. You know what I mean? Don't make them be up stacked on top of each other. Gross. They put $70 million into the Capital One Arena in 2019. 2019? That was right before the pandemic. This is a piece of shit arena. There's no stuff. There's no bar. There's no vibe. There's no lighting. Anyway, I'm out. I'm over it. I just had to get it out.